Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for the random rant. And today's random rant is going to be me venting about some of the shortfalls and the problems we had on the Virgin cruise we just got back from a few days ago. I let it set for a few days and make sure I wasn't like going to make this sound way worse than what actually happened. Just trying to say some facts here and vent about the bullshit that was the thing. So this was, I believe, our 12th Virgin cruise. So we've been on the ship a lot. We've been on like both their ships, every single Hot Wing cruise since they opened. We've been on Hot Wing cruise each year, so we understand what we're getting into. So it's not like we're newbies and not understanding this. We've done many of their cruise lines in the past, and once Virgin opened up, we basically went with Virgin only since then. So we ended up with one Celebrity because we booked it before we found Virgin, and we had that, and it was fine. Actually, surprisingly, was better. The crew was better on it than on this one, which is unheard of, because up until now, the Virgin crew have been like spot on. Like, this gives me full-on feeling like they not only have changed out some of the crew, but I mainly think they got a different manager on the ship, because that's handling a lot of this. Because only time I see it happen in like a retail setting where things change this dramatically, it always comes from top down. Top no longer requires excellence from their downline, and that's what I think happened here. Starting off at the very beginning, like everything was, just going to kind of run it a little bit chronological, and also kind of the big beats as well. There's a lot of little things that is not that important, but I'm going to hit up some of the big ones so you guys see what's going on. First time you get it there, we check in, we get moved up to like a interior lobby waiting area because we've been on it a bunch. They've upgraded us to, like, I don't know, some purple status or something. I don't know whatever the hell it is, but we've been on a bunch. So we get early boarding, which means we're in the first group that goes on, but we also get to go sit in an air-conditioned building, big fancy lobby before we go on. It's happened all the time. We get through security, no issue, hop in the elevator, head up, find ourselves a seat, and we sit around and just kind of chill out for a little bit. Then it comes time for us to start boarding. They have somebody who's going with the intercom, which is not like nearly loud enough, and usually has like, they'll hold the mic too far from the mouth, or they'll hold it like inside their mouth. They can't seem to find the right distance, so it's hard to understand them. The thing's very modulated, and there's usually an accent that everybody looks around like, what the hell do you even say? We don't know what they said. So we had that, which is the thing. But come time, they're like, this group, then we're gonna call this group, we're gonna call this group, you guys get on. If you're in line before you get there, we're gonna scan your badge, your bracelet, and we're gonna realize you can't go on, so just stay sitting down. And then a lot of people are like, okay, kind of stand up, stretch your legs. A lot of us, like myself, have driven for 4+ hours. I really don't want to be sitting the whole time, so I like to just kind of walk around and stretch my legs sometimes. But I'm sitting back down again, and they start telling us that everybody has to be in their seat before they'll call any of the groups to go on the ship. It's never happened before. Again, 12th sailing, never been a problem before. Come on. Why are you treating us like goddamn children here? We're all adults. We all paid thousands of dollars to be on the ship, and most of us in this group have been on the ship multiple times, because I don't know if you can actually pay to get in this group. You I guess Rockstar, I think you're on a separate interest also too, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, they basically come through and they say it a few times. A few people sit back down, a few people still standing up, and it's not like they're crowding the front gate. Like, there's people just kind of standing around who clearly look like they've been sitting for too long in their car, and they drive here and they don't want to be sitting again. They're just standing up. They're not rushing by the gate, they're not pushing, they're not shoving, they're not nothing. And then the lady comes across and yells everybody to sit down again, like 5 times. She finally realizes, and I think half the people still standing up don't understand what she's saying, because the accent's so bad that other of us that are understand what they're saying finally start telling them, hey, they're treating us like kindergartners, so they're not going to let any of us board until you guys all sit down. And we're looking around. At this point, there's so many people in the area, there's really not enough spaces to sit down. So people are like literally like sitting on almost each other's laps and stuff. Like, I saw a couple couples, like, she got up and sat on his lap to make room for another guy to sit down next to them. Like, you don't have us enough places to sit down, but you're making us all sit down. Like, a couple people sat down on the floor. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, this is so childish and just so BS. But finally everybody got their feet and their butts both touching something. So then they're able to start calling us in. We head in, everything goes smooth. They pull one guy out of line, and dog pulls him out, and don't know if it's a drug or gun dog or what, who knows, but he'd already made it past all the other security. So I'm not sure why he's getting caught this late, literally 100 yards from the boat, but he did. So he got pulled off. He looked immensely confused, which either means he's a really good actor, he knows what he did wrong, or he doesn't know what he did wrong. So who knows? We get on the ship, everything goes smooth there. We get in, staff tells us that our room's already open, partly because we're like a half an hour late getting on the ship because nobody would sit down, and we all had to sit down before we get on. It's kind of dumb. So we go drop off some of our stuff at the room, and a lot of our bags are, I don't know, halfway down the hallway from our room, which is kind of odd, but whatever. So found out they're just staggering them. Finally found my room tender, I guess we're gonna call him, the guy who takes care of my room, brings my ice and my water and stuff, and keeps our room clean. He's like, yeah, we'll bring him closer to your room later. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we wait around, and we get most of our bags. One of our bags doesn't show up, so we reach back out to him like, hey, what's the deal? And they're like, oh, it got pulled for extra security or something, had to go through it. I'm like, there's nothing. Everything's been in this bag. I believe everything in that bag has been on this cruise, the same line 12 times. So no idea what's going on. So we finally, eventually, a few hours later, we're going around the ship. We're having some fun. We're meeting up some people and stuff, just kind of doing our thing. And we finally get our bag, and there's a note in it. Anytime they take stuff from your bag, we had it one time going through on Celebrity, going through security, they pulled out one of our extension cords that they said we couldn't have, which was approved one, but couldn't get to their damn heading. And I showed them on the website, this one is approved, this is one you guys are okayed, but it doesn't matter. So they're like, nope, can't have it, think of the tag. Same thing Virgin was. In our suitcase saying, hey, we pulled out stuff out of your bag, and you can pick it up on deportation day. Okay, no big deal. Seems no problem, except nothing's written on it. So we call down and try and get help, and they tell us basically have to go stand in line at guest services to get help, which they also told us because we've been here so many times and in that more executive status that we should have our own like line of customer service help that at the service desk that we don't have apparently. They asked about that. They go, we don't even talk about it. I'm like, well, it's in our room, it's in our paperwork, it's in our app. Like, how does nobody know about this shit? But okay, so they didn't tell us, no, we didn't take nothing out of your bag. I'm like, yes, you did. Like, I'm missing my extension cord, and it's been approved by the company. I've had it on here a dozen times, or 11 times, it's the 12th time. You guys took it from me. And they're like, no, it says here nothing was taken. I'm like, well, then somebody straight stole it. Like, what the hell? You clearly didn't mark it down. So then she called the people who do the bag check and blah, blah, and they're like, nope, nothing there. So 4 different people. I'm like, well, I'm telling you there's something there. So finally, they come back and say, oh, actually, they did have something. It was an extension cord. The power cord's not approved. I'm like, oh, it is approved. Please have somebody else check it. I've had it here. And we have the exact same one in the room with us. We have 2. One for her, one for me. I'm like, so how is it one got through and one didn't? So like, I don't know. So basically, they wait around, I go back to the room. Then I get a text in the fact that they did find it, and it was my power cord, but I couldn't have it. So I go back down, I'm like, well, have your electrician check it. I want my cord, because I need it to charge our stuff, because we have, everything's USB-C cable charging, and you guys only have USB in your rooms. And none of our cables fit that, so we need this charger. So they hum-hawed around. They then said, oh no, we don't have nothing. I'm like, now you're telling me you don't have it again? When you clearly had it. So finally get it, they finally bring it up to me, and we get that solved. But I'm asking, why is it we have a piece of paper here that says they took stuff out of the bag, they didn't write down what they took? And she goes, well, it's just a mistake. I'm like, so who's gonna fix that mistake? Like, what if it was my watch? What if it was a bottle of wine? What if it was whatever? Anything else? And she's like, oh, we went and looked at the security cameras. Like, I know you didn't. You were just telling me 2 minutes ago that I had nothing taken, and now you're telling me you also had pulled the security camera to prove that's all I was taken? Like, bullshit. So I got that cell phone, I got my cord, they get it back to me. Everything's good to go back to room. Kind of throughout the day, everything goes fairly smoothly. On C day, which is the second day, there's a restroom over by the restaurant, so I walked out using the urinal right there, look over, and somebody has thrown up on the wall. I understand it's a cruise, sometimes people overindulge, but this is the first time I've seen this on Virgin because there's no drink package. You got to pay for all your drinks. You can buy a bar tab, but it's not free booze. People aren't trying to drink their money's worth kind of thing. You got to pay for each drink. So we usually don't have this happen, but it happens. Don't know when it happened. Might have happened last cruise. I don't know. So I find somebody, go, hey man, not for nothing, but somebody threw up in the men's restroom, just left the urinal. Can we get somebody in there cleaned up? It's kind of gross. And it's off kind of the side where we hang out, one of the bars there. I use that restroom off and on. And then I continue to use that restroom at least once a day for the rest of the entire cruise, including the day we got off, and it was never cleaned. I told 4 different people, 4 different times, this was there, and they never went and cleaned it. And I'm like, God damn, like this would not have happened before. Also, like I said before, I've never seen anybody get violently sick. I've never seen anybody throw up on this cruise line. And like every other cruise line with drink packages, it happens all the time. I saw 4 different people throwing up on the cruise, which is fucking gross. And I don't know if they're catering to a younger and immature inability to handle the alcohol drinking crowd. I don't know what's going on, so that was not a big thing. We stop at Key West on our second day, and we get off at Key West. It's raining, not their fault, no problems there. We run around, we have a good time at Key West, we come back and we get to the boat, and there is a gigantic line to get back on the boat. And we spent 2 hours in line in full direct sun, so my wife is getting sunburned this whole damn time. No shade, no offer of water, and no explanation of what the hell's going on. They have usually always had 2 gangways open. We only have 1 gangway open this time, and the rumors are going around. We're asking everybody. Every staff member says, we don't know, we don't know, we don't know. Other people are saying that something about Key West says they only have 1 port open. That makes no sense. There's no reason to ever have that be the case. So we basically understand the line, and the line basically comes in and then snakes back and forth like 4 times and then goes up to the ship. And we've been here now at this point for well over an hour, maybe an hour and 25 minutes, and at least an hour and 15 at this point. A giant group of people who got a big boom box, like electric Bluetooth speaker, blaring full blast, annoying the shit out of everybody, and blowing whistles and just having an obnoxious ass all the time. Staff doesn't say shit to them. Like, at some point, why doesn't anybody come over and say like, hey, knock it off? Then one of that group decides to come over and start asking me if they can cut the line, because they realize the line turns and snakes back 3 more times before it comes where we are, because they have to pee. Bitch, we all have to pee. What are you talking about? People behind us say no, people in front say no, and then she asked my wife if she can cut. My wife goes, no, you're not any more special than anybody else. Like, go back and get in line, kind of thing. And their whole group, I think as a big group, there's like 10 of them, they try and like squeeze in right behind us. Which, one, I don't want you right behind us, because I don't want to listen to your damn your Bluetooth the whole time. It's bad enough way over there, let alone 3 inches behind me. 2, go away. So this woman, I say woman lightly, this little, wherever the fuck she is, I don't know, has to be at least 21 to be on the ship, but very young female. She decides she's going to try and initiate a fight with my bride and 3 women in front of us, because we won't let them in their group cut. Because apparently it makes them extra special amongst everybody else behind them that also have the same problems they have. So she's to the point that my wife's like, just go away, blah, blah. Kind of saying shit. I finally get between them and just start backing up. I go back to her, start backing up, going, go away, just go away, go away, go away. And she finally goes away, gets back in line with the group, then continues for the next 45 minutes to flip us off and curse at us from the other line. As she continues through us, I go find the staff for Virgin and let them know what's going on. And they basically like, oh, okay. And that's it. Not, hey, we're going to talk to her, we'll go pull our line, we'll make a conference, this, nothing. One of my cabin numbers, so I told them. Never heard back from them, like, hey, we had to talk with her, we put her in timeout, we whatever. Nope, not a goddamn thing. And I get on the ship, I look out off the balcony, go grab some ice cream, watching. They still got their Bluetooth speaker full blast, they're still starting shit with people. She's still flipping other people off, trying to fight other people. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? This is Carnival Cruise Line, this is not Virgin. This is not how we do this shit here, we're better than this. To go back up, we also noticed the fact that our dirty glasses, we bring back a glass in the night from drink stuff, put it on our little shelf by the refrigerator and that, and it's not getting empty. So we have like 8 freaking glasses there. They got 8 different glasses stacked up. Nope, they're not keep filling our water. You have to ask for water, so I can have more water to drink, which is ridiculous. I gotta keep asking for ice, which I asked the guy, like, hey, please keep my ice bucket full. And if you can, I don't care for the ice bucket much, keep some ice in my cooler so my sodas stay cold, because the fridge does not get cold with shit. And can't do that either. I have to keep every day requesting more ice over and over again, and pain in the ass. So as we're packing up the last day, as we're getting ready to get out of there, and again, through all this, nobody's really even said boo or sorry or nothing. Like, hey, what can we do to make this better? I'm like, whatever. So we go off in Bimini the next day, and we're down hanging out at the cruise. We were in a golf cart like video. We drive around, which they always stop at the golf cart rental place on the way down to the beach club. Not this time. He drives all the beach clubs. We got right all the way there, way back, get off, we're in a golf cart, run around, having a thing. We go to park. Everything's good to go. We hang out. Beach club is so oversold. There's nowhere to sit. Like, it took us probably 25, 30 minutes walking around to find 2 chairs together to sit in. Went to go get some drinks. Pina coladas and the strawberry daiquiris weren't frozen because apparently didn't have the machine on long enough, and so it's just pushing out straight liquid. So I waited for 40 minutes to get a cranberry and soda, or vodka and soda. I don't know what I got now, to be honest with you, because the shit I wanted wasn't ready to go. I don't understand how it's possible, but apparently it is a thing. It happens. Everybody was bitching about how slow the stuff was. We go to head back, we look up and realize there's at least an hour-long wait at the beach club to get on the tram to go back to the damn ship. So we have that fun to deal with. Luckily, we don't have to deal with that because we have a golf cart. So we head out early, knowing we're gonna want to get back in time for dinner, because we were already late for dinner yesterday because of the damn line getting on the ship. And it is what it is there. So we head back, we jump on the golf cart, we run around, we go find a couple spots, we have ourselves a nice cigar. And as we're heading back, my wife says she has to go to the bathroom. So we run over to go use one of the restrooms at the Straw Market, and our golf cart does. Absolutely with the cruise line. That's just people we ran the golf cart from, has nobody else's fault but theirs. And it feels like ran out of gas. He's just low on fuel, idle, it won't rev up. It is what it is. We catch a ride back, we go get on the tram, head back to the ship, and we wait in line for another 2 goddamn hours to get on the ship. Again, full sun, straight out there getting my wife cooked, and just absolutely miserable on so many levels. So yeah, not happy about that at all. At this point, they're bringing us out cucumber water. That's all they have is cucumber water, not plain water. I hate cucumber. Plus, I don't want to drink water because I got to piss by the time I sat in this line for 2 hours. I'm not going to have to make it worse. So, again, no explanation. We ask every single person, why is it like this? Why don't we have 2 gang lines open? And nobody can answer nothing. Not like, hey, here's some free drinks. Here's a coupon for 10% off your next cruise. Anything. Like, not even an explanation of, hey, this is why we're doing it. This is what happened. This is what broke. Not a damn thing. I don't know nothing. So go to get back on. Everything goes decent. We're late for dinner again. Pain in the ass. It's Halloween. So our center stuff. We had no time to do our costumes and whatnot. It is a mess. It is what it is. So then start night, we're rushing around trying to get to the restaurant in time so we can still catch a reservation. They make it sound like we can't have our seat because we're late. And I'm like, it's your goddamn fault. We're late. You guys want us on. You made us stand outside for 2 hours. I wanted to have a shower and everything else before I got this damn thing for dinner. So now I'm sitting here stinking and sweaty and gross and literally didn't even change. I gave myself a whore bath in the sink and went to dinner because we were hungry. We wanted to eat. It was my wife's favorite restaurant on the ship, so we wanted to definitely go there. All this is just having so much fun. So we get done with all that good stuff, and as we're packing up the next day to get off the ship, we're going through things and looking for stuff and whatever and whatnot, and realize there is dirty sock underneath our bed with our sheets and stuff piled up in there that they have done that little to clean it. So also they didn't clean our bathroom the whole time. Well, anyway, they gave it a wipe down a little bit. But I know they did a good job because my wife was putting on her Halloween makeup. She got a little tiny drop of blood, fake blood, but underneath the seat of the toilet where you see it. And he never lifted the toilet seat up to clean there because the blood was still there when we got the ship. So whoever comes on next might be thinking it's real blood, which is going to be so much more sucky, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's where we are. So we get back, we basically get out of there where we always picked our stuff up. When we come out of the cruise ship, we get off, everything goes fairly smooth the next day. Of course, breakfast screwed up every single day in the galley. We had one time we got our food in the order in the timely manner it's supposed to be. Every other meal in the galley for breakfast and lunch each day was screwed up, brought us the wrong stuff, didn't bring us stuff at all. We had to keep question more and more stuff. It would take forever. Absolute ridiculousness in that. So we got off the ship, and what we've always done, there's like a valet overhang custom area where taxis and shit come and you drop people off, and when you drop bags off, you get there, we come out, I'll leave my wife in that spot, like I've done 11 times before. I go get the car, I pay to get a parking garage, which is like another $100 to park in the garage, which again is not Virgin's fault necessarily, but it's bullshit. We basically get in there, I go back in, and they tell me I gotta park in a parking lot. I can't pull up right where all my stuff is. And I'm asking, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, she's up here with all our bags and shit. He goes, well, just call her and tell her to come down. I'm like, well, first off, let's say she doesn't have her phone. And let's say her phone's broke, say she lost it, say it's dead. But here's the real kicking to you. I've got more bags than she can carry by herself. So I gotta go get them. And what the hell? He goes, well, you can't leave your car here. If the car's unattended, we'll have it towed. And I looked at the guy and I'm like, well, I have no other option now. I looked at him and I said, good luck figuring out which one's my car. So the whole parking lot full of cars. So I walk off. I go find my bride and grab her and all this stuff. And we start heading back. And there you got probably, I don't know, 300 people jam-packed all the sidewalks that lead to that parking lot because they're all confused, not sure what the hell's going on either. Nobody knows what's happening because they've also all drove up and picked him up in the front like they've always done, and they're not happening now. So I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So I finally get all the stuff, get there and get the car loaded up, and he's yelling for a tow truck again because now my car's way back, all the way in front of me is pulled out. And he clearly can see, you'll see that I'm the one holding up the line, but it's your fault I'm holding the damn line. It would have been way quicker if you would have just let me pull up like I've done it 11 times before. But yeah, so we finally get out of there, happy together, and never heard anything about the girl who was threatening to fight us and trying to kill us and threatening us for 45 minutes. Nothing's heard about that at all. Other people said they saw the same thing. We got some Facebook posts and people complain about they've been on multiple cruises. Virgin, this was their worst ever as well. So I reached out to my agent and said, hey, we have another cruise booked for March and we have a $625 deposit, and we're thinking we're going to cancel the whole thing and just refund our money back. He's now telling us their new policy is there's no refunds. I don't recall that being a thing before. So that don't make me real happy. So now I'm in the process of trying to figure out how the hell we are doing this, because I'm not paying another $3,200 on top of the $625 I already paid him if this is the kind of treatment you get and this is the way it feels. Because at this rate, I can go on a Carnival cruise and get the same shitty treatment for a lot less money and I'll have to deal with this shit. So yeah, I pay for a top-notch experience. I've gotten 11 top-notch experiences before, and that is not the case here. This is indicative of future plans. I don't want nothing to do with this cruise line ever again. So yeah, that's me bitching, that's me venting, and I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.